What happened to these men who did this to your son?
I only know of one case. I don't know what happened to the others. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little...
My name is Amber Palys. I was a private first class in the United States Army.
My name is Richard Stites. My son was Private Nolan Edward Stites, United States Army.
Describe the lead up to what first happened to you.
I was at Fort Wainwright, Alaska, and I got called to Camp McCready, South Carolina, to join a unit out in Afghanistan.
But Nolan didn't have any prior problems. It's all started with his heat injury.
Everybody that was above me instructed any incoming soldiers, which came through about every 2 weeks, to not speak to me. My command instructed them to stay away from me, don't have contact with me.
Being told by the sergeant in charge that he was holding everybody back.
These soldiers were told that PFC Palys is trouble.
He was causing the team trouble. They'd be better off without him.
I walked in and sat down, and it was just people would separate.
Being separated from the rest physically by sleeping in the hallway where people walk around his bunk.
I was completely isolated on Camp McCready.
He was stripped of his belt and bootlaces. He was a marked man. He was the scapegoat, the butt of jokes.
My NCOs referred to me as PFC bitch.
The sergeant in charge came in, made him stand up, and proceeded to dress him down, tell him how worthless he was.
And I felt that I didn't know why I deserved that.
And that they'd be better off without him. He was told several times that he should kill himself, and even offered to open the window for him to jump out of, because his platoon was on the 3rd floor of the building.
When I would go to the hospitals, I would beg them to help me to get out of that command. I would tell them what was going on.
I said, well, son, you need to go and get some help now. And he said, Dad, it will do no good.
But I was told repeatedly to take it up with my command.
Because when I do, all they do is just send me back to the barracks. They don't do anything for me.
The same people that were putting me through it. It was like there was no way out.
All he knew was, I can't stand this anymore. The humiliation.
I would sit on my bunk with a razor and just cut myself. And I would just hope that I would hit deep enough.
Like a battered wife, he soon began to believe what he was being told. This is psychological torture.
There was a lot of things they could have done for me. Any one of them could have spoken to me. It would have taken one NCO to stand up for me. One officer to stand up for me. And they were all cruel.
They could have shown some kindness, some understanding. It would have gone a long ways towards saving my son's life, instead of brutalizing him.
Are you saying that so-called toxic commanders were one of the main reasons that those soldiers attempted or committed suicide?
Yes. Yes.
Because I just just knew there was no way that I was going to leave that command unless I was dead.